Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. It's actually been a while, but I really couldn't wait to come on and craft. Also, I am kicking off my first Christmas. Actually, I did a few in July, but I am going to be doing some Christmas DIYs in this video. I couldn't hold out any longer, but a lot of the DIYs I make for Christmas tend to also be for winter, so you can use it for both. So first up, I'm going to be starting with this mug here. I absolutely love this mug. And then you're also going to need a bauble. This bauble is one that they sell in like a pack of 3. It sits in your cup nicely, just like that. And we're going to open it up. We're also going to be using some of the miniature figurines. So this is just such a cute gingerbread. It goes with the theme, of course. I've also got this from a pack. I'm going to use a candy cane, and then these I'm going to use to decorate outside. So if you like to stage it a little bit, these come in really handy as well. We're just going to create something wonderful, and you know I love my miniatures and everything whimsical. So these are going to be really nice and simple. You can also use them to gift as well. And if you craft to sell, these are really good options. So you can start off with the artificial snow, place it inside your bauble. And for your snow, you can use anything really. They have these little balls that you can use. You can even use salt or sugar if you don't want to buy anything. Let's see if that's enough. I think I need a little bit more. You can also add some glitter in if you'd like to just give it that little bit of magic. I think that's good enough. So then I also have these miniature trees. Of course you need one that fits your bauble, so I've got 2 sizes here. I think both of them would fit actually. Yeah, I think this would look a little bit too small, so let's go for this one here. And you're just going to place it inside like that. Take your gingerbread and stick him in, and then close the bauble. So I wanted to mention that you don't actually have to stick the bauble down. I'm not going to. So if you want to use the mug later, you still have that option as well. Then we're going to stick the candy cane. I'm actually leaving this in the wrapper. I like that it makes it shinier. I'm going to stick it to the handle of the mug. So let's see where we'd need the hot glue. Round about here. And you can always peel hot glue off. So again, if you'd like to use the mug later, you still have that option. And just press it in place. I'm snipping the twine off the bauble, and then I'm going to use this little red pre-made bow. Got a little bit left in there. And I'm going to stick that right here, covering the hole. Oh, I can't remember if I mentioned, but this mug actually comes with a topper, so I removed that and then I inserted the bauble. How adorable is this? Honestly, I really love it. Is anyone else just as obsessed as I am when it comes to gingerbread men and candy cane theme? I really love it for winter. And as I mentioned, this really makes an adorable gift too. For the next DIY, I'm going to be taking this candle holder in the shape of a tree. And I'm going to start just by decorating a little bit of detail here using the 3D pearl effects in silver. I kind of want it to look a little bit more vintage, I suppose. So I'm just going to go around this border here, adding again just a little bit of sparkle. So I've just finished that. You can see it kind of picking up on the camera there. It does add something to it. But what I'm going to be doing is reusing this. This has just come in like hampers and gifts that I've received. Some raffia. I'm going to place this inside. And then I'm taking again a small figurine. He actually arrived broken. I just added a little bit of hot glue. Thankfully it's okay. I'm going to place him inside. Nice and cozy. And now to finish off, I'm going to take something from my die cut book. I've got 2 to go through, so I'm not too sure. Maybe I'll add something inside or on the side, but let's have a look what we've got. So I'm going to go with this little one here, Let It Snow, and I decided I'm actually going to stick that there I think it looks really complete, so I'm just taking my hot glue gun to do that. I do everything with my hot glue. Nice and simple. All of these DIYs are really easy, and I just like that it gives you inspiration to look at something and give it another use. So this was supposed to be a candle holder, for instance. For the final project, I'm going to be using this mug here, which also comes with a lid. It was just hiding under the tinsel. There it is. So I'm going to remove the lid again. Yes, I do love making things in cups and mugs. I'm going to be using some tinsel. This is actually a star garland. It's a little bit too thick, so I might have to trim it to size. But what we want to do is just to decorate the inside of the mug here. We're going to cut it and stick it. I've decided I do in fact need to cut it. I also don't want the stars, so we're going to trim this, and it does make a lot of mess, but what's art and craft without making mess? Oh, that's a lot better, isn't it now? Cut some more of these stars off. The only time I like using tinsel is for when I'm trying to go for a more vintage look, and that's what I'm using. It actually works. So just on the outside of the mug, take your hot glue. Again, you can always just take this off really easily if you want to use it as a mug later on. And stick your tinsel. It's going to kind of go inside a little bit as well, but that's fine. So that's how it looks, and if you'd like to tidy it up again, you can just cut off any that are kind of sticking out a little bit too much. Next, I'm going to be taking a larger Christmas tree. I've used this for another project, so ignore that. And you don't actually have to stick this in. It'll just hang on the side on its own. And then you're going to take some baubles. I have small ones here. This is smaller than this one here. Turn them upside down. You can cut that off. That will just get in the way a little bit. So, and stick them inside. And then I'm taking a pearl garland and snipping that off so I can use just one. Getting rid of any excess string that I don't want. And just sticking that into the arrangement. I think that looks good, so take my hot glue. So I've gone and added a few more baubles, and I think this will probably be my final one. So I'm adding my glue, and then I'm going to be adding a bell that I got from a thrifted item. I have used in a previous project, so I've taken away from the gold a little bit with some silver paint, and I added this red bow. What I want to do is place it on the side in the arrangement and have this chain just drag through all the way here, and I'll stick that down on this side and this side. I'm finishing off with a big robin. I've just been kind of laughing off camera because he's really chubby. Isn't he cute, but just really chubby? I have had a play around with some others, and I don't know why. I thought he'd be too big for the arrangement, but he just suits it best, so I'm going with him. It is a clip, so I'm just going to try and remove the clip. Hopefully it doesn't ruin his legs or anything else. Thankfully that was a good operation, nice and smooth. So I'm going to add some glue to his legs and stick him nice and tight. I'm really trying to not have any gaps here. That's the key with an arrangement like this, if you're doing it on top of a cup or anything. Get him nice and squishy. So this is how it looks so far. There's a little gap here, so I'm going to close that up just by taking this holly embellishment. I have it from a pack of 10. So that will go nicely, I think, right here. And then I think I'm just going to finish off just by adding something to the tree. I have this wooden embellishment which I was going to add at the top to use as a tree topper, but I think it looks better right here, so I'm going to go with that instead. Hopefully I'm making the right decision. I'm feeling like it looks a little empty in the back. There's a bit too much space. So I'm just playing around with the trees. That one doesn't go. I think I'm going to go with this shade here. So let's stick that in. I need to make some more space. So I'm going to just wind this off and stick the tree in like this. I went and added a small white tree here and then the green one at the back. I thought I was finished with the decoration, but clearly not. So I'm taking this Magic Moments, which was from the Christmas die book that I used, this one here, and I'm going to add it to the mug itself. And I'm going to be using the sticky foam pads. You know, I've done this several times. I like to just give it a bit of dimension and raise it a little bit rather than sticking it flat. Leo's just trying to... Hello, baby. It's my little crafting buddy, aren't you? Good boy. I've gone and used some snow spray because I felt like this was too, I don't know, too bright, like the colours were coming through too much, so I wanted just to dim that a little bit with the snow spray. And then I'm just finishing off, I promise this time I am. I'm taking this pre-made bow and it has a pearl in. I'm just going to stick that kind of right here with my hot glue and then we're done. So this final project actually took me the longest. I don't know why, I just wasn't happy with it. I just kept adding and taking things away, but I can definitely say I'm happy with it now, finally. I think I'm just a bit of a perfectionist. Thank you so much for watching, be well, and definitely let me know your favourite project in the comments.